Today, I'm going to be making old-fashioned strawberry pretzel salad. So a lot of you have told me you've never heard of pretzel salad before, and it's something that my mom used to make, so I wanted to make it for you for a video. So what you need is 3/4 cup of butter softened, 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, 3 cups of crushed pretzels, 1 6-ounce package of strawberry flavored JellO. This is just a regular JellO. You're gonna need 2 cups of boiling water, which I don't have here. You need 3 cups of strawberries chilled, which you're going to chill them again, but these have been in the refrigerator anyway. You need an 8-ounce package of cream cheese. You need 1 cup of white sugar, and then you need 1 8-ounce container of whipped topping thawed. So this has been in the refrigerator. So the first thing we want to do is we want to take our butter and our brown sugar, and we want to mix these together. We have our oven preheated to 350 degrees. And then I'm going to be using, I call it our lasagna pan. It is this this pan right here, well-loved pan. We're going to be using that.
It's a 9x13.
It's a 9x13 inch pan, yes, to make our pretzel salad. So mix these together. So we just mix that together until it's creamy. And now we bought just regular pretzels, and we measured out 3 cups, and then we took a mallet and we
squashed them.
We crushed them. So you want to just mix that in with your butter and brown sugar. Our mixture, and we're going to put it in the bottom of our pan, and you don't have to grease the pan or anything like that because you do have a lot of butter in here. But we're going to spread this out. This is going to be your crust, your crust on the bottom of the pan. So spread it out and try to cover the whole bottom, and then we're going to bake this at 350 for 10 to 12 minutes. I'm gonna go for 10 minutes. Now we're ready to do our JellO mixture. So normally with JellO, you add like 2 cups of boiling water, and then you'll add 1 cup of cold water. For this recipe, you only want the boiling water. So you're gonna open up your strawberry. That's a lot of gelatin or mixture there. And then we're gonna add our 2 cups of boiling water to this and dissolve it in there.
My mom made the mistake of putting this, she was making a mold, so it's like shaped like a lobster. And she made the mistake of putting the powder and the hot water in the lobster mold, and then stirred it up in the mold where you couldn't get in all the little things. No. So it was rubbery on the bottom part. It was really rubbery.
That's a good teaching for kids.
Yeah, I learned that. Put it in a bowl first.
Put it in a bowl and then pour it to the mold. That's a really good teaching opportunity.
If you don't dissolve it, it's gonna get rubbery.
Okay, so just make sure, if you've never made JellO, make sure that you don't see any powder on the bottom. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our strawberries into this, and just try not to splash. So now we're gonna make sure that we get all those in the JellO. And then this is, you're going to let it start to thicken, but you don't want it to get to the part where it's completely gelled. So we're gonna set our timer for probably 30 minutes, and then check on it at that point. But when I pull it out of the refrigerator, I'll show you what it should look like. So our gelatin, our strawberries are still in the refrigerator at this point, but it's almost ready. So we're going to beat together our cream cheese and our sugar until this is smooth. Nice and smooth. So now what you want to do is you want to take your 8-ounce container of whipped topping, Cool Whip, I'm using Great Value, and you want to stir this into this mixture. If you had bought a larger container, like a 16-ounce container, then you could leave some, or you would have enough in the container to put on top as like a dollop for a decoration, but I bought just enough, so I'm going to use the whole thing. So our pretzels have cooled. You want to put this mixture on top of your pretzels, your cooled pretzels. And you want to try to cover up all the pretzels because they'll get soft if you don't in the refrigerator, because we're gonna end up chilling all of this. And so you want to try to cover up all of your pretzels. Removed my JellO from the refrigerator. This was in there for an hour. So the edges are starting to get firm, but the middle is still has a lot of liquid. And so I'm going to pour this over the top. And this is why it's important to seal in your edges as well, because you don't want this to seep through to your bottom layer of pretzels and get those moist. So you can see there's some, I'll show you. There's some stuck to the bottom of this bowl. That's where it started to gel. So we don't want it to gel any more than that. So now I'm gonna carefully spread out my strawberries. And then we are going to put this in the refrigerator to completely firm. So this will probably take hours, but I'll let you know. I'll take note of the time, and I'll let you know how long it took before we were able to cut it. This was in the refrigerator for 2 hours. Now it may have been ready before then, but we weren't ready to eat it before then. So we checked on it at 2 hours, and it was good. It looks set to me. When you're cutting it, you need to make sure you get through the pretzel at the bottom. And so the first piece will probably be ugly, but that's okay. I'll take this one out, we'll see. Doesn't look too bad. Now, if you have more Cool Whip, you could put a dollop of Cool Whip on top, and I've even seen pictures on Google that they used a little pretzel, the twisted pretzel, and they put it on top as well for decoration. All right, here we go.
Let me just say, it smells wonderful.
It does smell very fresh. I haven't had this since my mom made it. So it's been, my mom died in 2011. So it's been many years before that since she made this.
So does this look like what she made?
From my memory, yeah.
I like the texture of the pretzels on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And the sweetness of the strawberries, it's really good.
The pretzels stayed crispy.
Mm-hmm.
And they are crispy, they are crunchy. The strawberries are really nice and fresh.
Mm-hmm. That's what I smelled, was the strawberry.
Yes.
You know, those pretzels remind me of the pretzels we put in the pineapple fluff, I think is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. They're like sweet. You can't beat a sweet and salty pretzel. They're really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could bake those pretzels at the bottom You can just bake that up, break it up, and eat it on its own.
You could. Let me just say, if you don't like fresh fruit, you could just.
Do you like the JellO?
I think I think you could. And put that on top.
Just make the JellO without actually having the strawberries.
Without the strawberries, if you don't like fresh fruit. But I love the texture of the pretzels, the saltiness. You get the sweet from that cream cheese. It's very sweet. And then the flavor of the JellO combined with the strawberries. This is a dessert. I think my mom first had it at one of the church ladies' houses. And
makes sense.
I can see where this would be a good dish to take to somebody's house.
Or a potluck.
A potluck, something like that, because you're going to be able to feed a lot of people with this.
Especially if you go ahead and cut it.
Yes.
If you go ahead and cut it up, then you can have people just scoop it up.
Right.
I think it's really good. I think it's excellent.
Very good. It was easy to make. It's not a problem of making it. It's a problem of time.
Yeah.
So it does take time to let it set up. So it would be better if you could make it like the day before.
Yeah, I think the pretzels would still be good.
I think they would too.
Now, if you wait a couple days, it may get a little soft.
I wouldn't wait a couple of days. I think just like with banana pudding, you want to eat that stuff when it's fresh. Yeah. But I would cover it, if you're going to make it the night before, I would cover it with maybe a piece of plastic wrap, and then I think it'll be fine the next day.
I think it's really good. And we thought about doing frozen strawberries. I think you could get by with frozen strawberries.
I think you could do frozen strawberries too.
Yeah, you just have to slice them.
Yeah.
Because they're, well, at least the frozen, I mean, you might be able to get frozen sliced strawberries. I don't know. But the ones I've seen are whole strawberries. You can just slice them frozen if you wanted to.
Right. When at the time we're making this video, strawberries are in season. So this is the best time to get strawberries right now. And so, at least in central Kentucky. And so, the strawberries, I would rather use fresh, than use frozen. But if you're making this in winter or something like that, because this is something that would be good. I think this would be a great picnic item. Have your watermelon and have your strawberry stuff. But I do think you could have it any time of year.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be good anytime.
Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video and thanks for watching.